Emir Sanusi, Nigeria still focusing on tribe, religion, when other countries are discussing AI, climate change. Mr. Sanusi. The Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi too, said on Saturday that Nigeria has had lousy leaders for a long time and the country is still engaged in pettiness, so much pettiness. He added that Nigeria is still stuck in religious and tribal discussions when other countries focused on more significant issues. The Emir spoke at the second Kano International Poetry Festival, CAPFest, held in Kano on Saturday. According to Daily Trust, the program was organized by Poetic Wednesday Initiative, PWI. According to the Emir, good governance is key to salvaging the country from its current condition, which the country has not been lucky. He said, you rise and fall with the quality of your leadership, and Nigeria has had lousy leadership for a very long time. We cannot give what we do not have until we begin to look at the people who we choose to lead us. We are not the one that chose them more. We are not the one that chose them. And that's the truth. I mean, in most parts of this country, you look at people who are leading you and you say, oh God, is this really the person? How did we end up here? You see it every day on the newspaper. You see it in the news. You see what happens in the legislature. You see the kind of debates that we are having. DNA. You can't resume back as a senator. As in petty things. The kind of time we waste on issues that are totally unimportant. The pettiness. You look at other countries, you look at other parts of the world. People are discussing climate change, discussing artificial intelligence. We are still talking about Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa, Northern or Christian, That is, we are still made in that debate. We are still in conversations that we had in the 1960s, he added. The Emir, however, challenged the youth to rise up and take over the country from the old people that have been managing it, saying with will, the youth could easily retire all of them and take over. Thank you, Jerry, for gingering us. Then no, that Nepal thing that happened is going to happen in Nigeria very soon. He also warned that the rate at which government in the country borrows money, no be small, and squanders it, would have negative effect on the country's economy in years to come. Earlier, PWI Creative Director Nasiba Babali said CAPFest with the theme Poetry in a Time of Crisis is aimed at reminding poets on how they can use poetry and acts to advocate for peace in a time of the crisis bedeviling northern Nigeria. So is it really northern Nigeria that the problem is in? Kaosi says, I'm happy it is coming from those that owns Nigeria. I beg nobody should disturb my peace in the East. Thank you. They should not disturb your peace in the East. Okay now. Okay, it depends on the part of the East that you are. At Nature says, Moon announcer all of a sudden is finding his voice under Tinubu. When Buhari's brother was there, nothing concerning there. Who is Moon announcer? Is it the one that announces the moon? I don't understand you. Ataru Shafe says there is nothing called Nigeria. Nigeria expired in 2014. The next expecting news is what? As Ebuka says, the most intelligent king in the north. I concur. George Steyer says, I do not blame those who call for balkanization of Nigeria. Since pre-independence day, it is the same lines of division. I do not see the chances of true unity in Nigeria. Uranta Wilson says, as long as we have the Northern Fulani and Yorubas, this nation will always do the part of tribe and religion when it comes to leadership. I don't understand why you blaming. So you that you are talking now, you don't have tribalism in you. You see, as long as we have Northern Fulani. So you Igbos uncle, you remove yourself from the equation. Now for you, it is well. This year, Kagabra said research has shown that Western world discovered that amalgamating North and South will not allow Nigerians to live in peace forever. By that, they got a strong miss in extracting our God-given of man and material resources to build their land. Don Patrick says, when the people in power are the commander-in-chief of bigotry, make una dey play. I'm telling you that they will soon start it now. Before 2027 election come, they will start something that will cause tribal war, and then you will start fighting ourselves. Oh no, even right now we are doing it. Igbos will be insulting Yorubas, Yorubas will be insulting Igbos, insulting Hausas, insulting ourselves. Meanwhile, those leaders are there, destroying the country more. Kingsley Oni says, one person with vision and hope in the entire North. These two things he mentioned are the things destroying Nigeria. Yes, it is tribalism and religion. That is a very strong issue in our country. If we can get away with that, if we can throw that aside, every other thing will fall into place. We will take back this country. If only we can stay united as one, we will fix it. We will take over this country from these bad politicians. But they would always use tribalism and religion to win us, because that is what will always cause issues. It will always do. At Hotpoint says, well, nothing will ever make Igbo man rule Nigeria. Peter Obi was laboring in vain. Those are their actual statements. As if the young man get Nigeria back, the track and the system start working, it will only benefit the Easterners alone. Abdullah says they got to reach that development because they don't have people carry wrapper on their heads as traditional leaders. Victor Chidozie says, don't worry, Baba, soon a Nigeria NEPA we go to discuss in a little while. I'm telling you. Very soon it will happen. Austin Ozozi says, when things are not working as supposed, you go back to the drawing board. You don't put a square spade in a round hole and expect it to work. Abi? Sam Ekona says, this has always been a major concern for me. It is truly difficult to understand why, as a nation, we remain trapped in endless debates over tribe and religion, issues that continue to divide us rather than unite us. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is advancing, with conversations on artificial intelligence, technology, climate change, topics that determine the future of a nation and generations to come. Until we shift our priorities and begin to focus on what really matters for development and progress, we will continue to lag behind, I'm telling you. As in, we are already lagging behind before we even catch up. Martin Joko says, anytime that a good person becomes president, Nigeria will witness a turnaround. Other than that, tribalism, nepotism, corruption, and religious sentiments will always be the order of the day. I'm telling you. Jayola says, the most forward-thinking Emir in Nigeria. At Nathan Daniel says, I'm sure he was referring to his people. Let's call a spade a spade. KN Mokore says, maybe our educated politicians can hear you well and have conscience. Conscience. Do they have it? Anthony says, Nigeria won country before. Now they play. Stephen Amechi says, that's why it is called the zoo country. As Anthony says, it didn't mean it's him just doing copy and paste. Okay now. My listeners, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.